Hello, how are you? I'm Antonio San Martin. I'm going to present the Status Quo project. Let's start by talking a little about me. I am a lawyer, a specialist in electoral law, a political scientist, and also a political consultant. But most importantly, I am an academic, a professor at the Faculty of Law in the subject of political science, status quo. What does that sound like? Then I am going to explain a little bit about what this is about. But first, I would like to establish a political concept. Whenever we talk about politics, people have a negative concept of dark politics. Politics is always associated with corruption, bad things. But you know what? Well, they are somewhat right because indeed things have not gone very well. However, this status quo project is centralized, focused on trying to help people understand what politics is. In good lead, that is to say, politics is something very important in the lives of all of us, and I explain why. Even if a person says that he is apolitical or that he does not like politics, he will always be influenced or connected with politics because politics is the state, and the state is all of us. And just as we are interested in economic issues, we also have to be interested in political issues because politics and the economy are totally interrelated. So what about politics? In reality, we do not know it. We do not know its foundations. It is not even in the academic pensum of universities or schools. Politics is not studied by architects, engineers, doctors, or dentists. And even lawyers or journalists don't study it much because what happens about politics is not enough to be able to say, I understand. Politics is therefore very important. That is why the project called Status Quo comes in. What is the intention? Talk about politics in an objective sense, in an academic way, so that all people have knowledge of what exactly politics is and can then issue value judgments knowing the foundations, the most important concepts of politics. That's why here at the Status Quo, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about the big issues, the big thinkers. But we are also going to talk about the big problems that they have always insisted on. And at the end of the day, we are going to give all the tools needed to understand politics. Will you have your opinion? We are not going to get into issues of opinion. Our sole objective is to provide the fundamental pillars of the policy. Well, this is status quo. The last question, why the good name status quo means established order, and all politics revolves around established order. Whether there are some who want to keep it, that those are the conservatives, and those who want to change it, that are the revolutionaries. Kind of like people who kind of like the Star Wars team, kind of like the Jedi, who are the revolutionaries and the Siths who want to maintain the established order. So that's status quo. From now on, there will be many videos, many posts, many publications that will try to help you understand it objectively and academically.
Welcome to Status Quo, where we delve into the essence of politics.